Good morning, you guys. Happy Sunday, January 14th, 2024. Hope you guys are doing well this morning. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Hey. Oh. Hey. Oh. Happy Sunday. Ooh. Having a rough time this morning. Oh, y'all, I wanted to correct something. I said my grandbaby birthday was Saturday, but Maya's birthday was actually Friday. I knew it was either Friday or Saturday. I just get the days mixed up. You know, I'm so glad that she had a nice birthday. It just sucks another year go by, and I wasn't available for either of my grandbabies the way I would like to have been. So that sucks. But I'm glad that they still had a nice birthday. Y'all, I'm trying to hurry up and get ready for church. I'm pretty much ready. It's just at the last minute I'm trying to, without getting glue all over myself. Because that's when I get glue all over myself. When I'm doing something at the last minute. Like what I'm doing right now. I'm at the last minute trying to hurry up. Put these little nails on so my hands can kind of look presentable. But y'all, it's rough. I woke up this morning, my back was in so much pain. Oh shit. This stuff's sticking already. Damn it. Stuff sticking already, y'all. And I bought the right stuff. I don't understand. Sometimes you buy certain glue, they don't work good. This particular glue I bought always works. Never have a problem with this one, but today, just because I'm in a hurry, I'm having a problem. And more so than anything, y'all, it's because I woke up, my back. I'm sitting kind of funny now. I'm in so much pain right now. I just refuse. Like, I'm barely moving. I can barely stand up straight. Man, this is crazy. And I just kept saying to myself, I refuse, y'all. I could barely move. It's getting better. It's better than it was. I just took some Tylenols. Oh, I know it's going to be a minute before it kicks in. But, again, I am better than I was when I first got up. Much better than I was when I first got up. My God. My God. I tell y'all. I just got to, take my time. Move, slowly. That's it. So I'm definitely going to go to church this morning. I have to work tomorrow. I wish we had tomorrow off. I really do, but we don't. Oh, God. Man. That's what I said, when people be in pain every time out their back, I get it. And I laugh at how you handle it sometimes, because sometimes it is comical. Just like me this morning. It's moments where I had to catch myself, I had to giggle, because it's like, wow, I almost felt like I was 100 years old. And not to say because you're 100, you're going to have problems. No, not necessarily. There's people out here 100 and moving around better than we are. But I'm trying to hurry though, because I don't want nobody to be waiting on me. I know it's going to take a little bit for me to get down the stairs with the way I'm moving this morning. And I want to make sure I take her stuff, her bags that I have. I'll make sure I grab them. I was trying to decide on if I was going to wear the peacoat that I have, but I decided I'm going to wear this purple one because it's warm, and I like the hood. It comes up over your head and it zips up over your face. I like that. Almost done with the first finger, y'all. The first hand. Woo! A little bit of glue that's stuck on my fingers. That'll come off in time. I'm not going to worry about that. But it is hard to pick up stuff. Almost done, y'all. Almost done. Hopefully I'll be done before she gets here. I'm trying to move fast. I bought these a while ago, just never put them on. I bought a pack of nails and some nail glue. And it's different colors in there. Just never put them on. Today I'm putting on blue. I don't like these nails, these claws, these pointy. I don't have time to cut them. I only have time to get them on my hands. And man, I'm not sure if I have. Oh, I'm dropping stuff. Whew. Oh Lord, I'm leaning forward. I'm hoping I'll be able to lean back up straight. So last night, y'all, I went ahead and I added a profile to that Disney account, right? So that I can watch Halo. I really wanted to watch it. Now, it turned out to be something totally different than what I thought it was. Like, and to be honest, I'm not 100% sure what I thought. But it was totally different than what's going on, you know. But it is good, right? I didn't like the ending 100%. It's going to be a season 2, right? The guy in there, I can't remember his name. I never can, but he is an awesome, amazing freaking actor, y'all. He really is. Oh my goodness. I just love the role that he played. And you can tell that he was held back a lot. Like, you knew he was going to do a whole lot more than what was done so far, right? Hence there's going to be a season 2. The girl, the main character, she's good. She's good too. She played a role. She was very annoying to me, but I understand why. You know, it's a lot of people that start off bad. They have their reasons why they act the way they act, but it's annoying, you know, because they be so dead set on what they're doing, bad or good, that it's hard to, you know, dang it, don't you see, you know. And so that's the annoying part about it, because going through what you're going through, or what she was going through, and a lot of people in life, you tend to make the wrong decisions, the wrong choices, right? And some of the decisions may not be entirely wrong, you know, just not ones that you should make. And so that was the annoying part, just watching her make those mistakes and act like, oh, whatever. You know, like, oh, well, that type of thing. That was annoying, right? Now, I made my coffee. I put it in my little thing to keep it warm, to take with me. And I pour a little in this red cup to take this medication. Let me try to stand up. Oh, God. Ah! And you stand up, you do the wrong move, boy, you'd be really in trouble. God. Oh. Alright. Everybody bought some snacks yesterday, some donuts, so I'm grabbing another one. She texted Jeremiah and said, hey, tell your mom don't come down until I text you that I'm here. But she gotta understand, Jeremiah's not always in front of me. You know what I'm saying? He's alive too. And it's not his fault that I don't have my phone. And I was trying to, communicate with her computer-wise, but I know everybody's not able to do that. Hey, it took me a minute to learn how to do it. But anyway, I'm just going to be ready regardless. I told him to text her to tell her to blow. Just blow. So I'm going to go right now in my room, look out the window and see. I didn't see her down there, but I think I'm gonna put my coat on and I'm gonna go in the room and wait, so that way I can hear her blow. Yeah, I gotta get this weight off. I know I look bad. Oh, I'll leave my bags out here because I can just grab them on the way out the door, along with her stuff, her things, and my coffee I can put on the side here. Hopefully I won't waste. I'll go ahead and turn this light off. Oh, guys. Oh, my face is so irritated. Y'all been hearing me say that in the last couple of videos. But, oh, my back. It's because it's true. My face is beyond irritated. It's red. It burns. It's starting to be rashy. Man, talk about taking me back. When I was in school, going through this with my face, not knowing what was the issue. Until we found out what the issue was able to fix it. Now I know the issue. Just can't fix it at the moment because I don't have the money to, but I will. And I didn't think it would be an issue, but yeah. See that? I'm on my bouncy ball, it helps. My gloves are in the car. I probably can go down and wait in the car. I know it's cold out. Okay. Yeah, I'm so crooked this morning, I don't care. I just didn't feel like it today. I just did not. My back was hurting too bad. My back was just hurting too bad this morning. Oh. Hold on. Who is it? Jeremiah.
There you go.
Yeah, you can put that up. Put on the back door. I wish you. Oh, my back. Yeah, I knew he's cold. He's ringing that bell. Oh, boy. Jeremiah. Church don't start till Sunday school starts at 9:30. But you know, she always early, which makes sense with the weather and stuff. You want to make sure you get there. And I need to work, y'all. I'm so, I don't know. My back, I'm just tired. My body's sore. I don't know what's going on. But like I said, when I got up this morning, I refused. See, we don't need this come all the way up. See? I just refuse. You know, last week I couldn't go to church. I didn't go because I had a headache. Now, my headache's a little different. When I just have a regular headache, I'm okay. But when I have migraines, borderline migraines, it's a different story. It's a different story. It's nothing for me, and that's what it was for me last week, Sunday. It was no. But today is just that back pain, and I have this sometimes worse than other times. But I refused. I refuse every time. Every time, I think maybe once or twice I let it get me, but for the most part, I refuse. I'm not allowing this to stop me from moving. I may move a little slow and I may be in pain, but I can't. I don't know if it's because I turned a certain way of, you know, how I slept or when I got up. I don't know. Oh, thank you. What's this?
Sausage, egg, and muffin.
Oh, thank you so much. Oh, breakfast, you guys. Awesome. Truly appreciate it. I'm not hungry. Oh, gosh. I need to put some jam or jelly or something on it. I'm just going to eat it. Thank you, Lord, in Jesus' name of Nazareth, for this food, I pray. Amen. You see, I need to put some more air in this ball. It's been in here by this radiator, this heat for a while. And every time the kids come over, they be so excited about this ball. I gotta put some more heat on it. Air in it, especially me sitting my big old self on it. I used to sit me up higher. Now I'm down lower. I'm just sitting here rocking. Let me show y'all. My back hurt, but it's comfortable. And like I said, my back is starting to feel better. I'm sitting on the ball. So that's how I'm sitting and talking to you guys. I don't know how long I'll be able to sit here though, because this radiator on is hot. Can only do the heat for so long. There she go. I hear her. Talk to y'all later. Good morning, y'all. It's Sunday, 9 o'clock. Let me go get my inhaler really quick. Ouch. Alright, guys. I'm gonna grab my inhaler, my chapstick, and my lotion. So, can't find my regular Carmex. I've been using this. It's good, but it don't last as long. And it makes your lips feel addictive, like it's addicted to it. Y'all. As I'm standing with my coat stuff on, Jeremiah's standing at the door with me. He's like, "Mommy, where's your mask? You gotta hold your breath." And it's cold out there. That first blah blah blah. I was like, "Yeah, I know. I was ready." That's why I grabbed that coat, because like I showed y'all, it zips all the way up, so it covers. It's all the way up to my eyes, and then the hood comes down. Only thing I needed him to do was to hand me, because I couldn't bend over in that moment to hand me the laundry basket with her bags and things in it so I could take it down. And he was like, I'm hearing her go, "Tell your mama, hold on, don't come down." I was like, "What?" It's hot. She's like, "Hold on, the pastor calling. He can't get the gate open." I was like, "Okay." No, he texted her. She said, "What? He calling now, hold on." And so I'm standing there, leaned up against the wall. He's standing there with me. And she come back, "Oh, never mind, we not having church. They can't get the gate open. It's frozen, da da da." I'm like, okay. So everybody's like, "Yeah, Mommy, it's negative." He's like, "It's cold." I was like, okay. So then I go back in my room to take my stuff off, y'all. And I feel like something burned the bottom of my leg. I'm like, what the hell? Is that the cat? Y'all, I put my coffee, I showed y'all, in the pocket of my book bag, but I forgot to lock the top. It's on there, but the part that comes out that you sip out of, the little hole, I forgot to lock it. All the coffee wasted out. Oh, I was like, why? I forgot to lock the top. So now I had to take my coat off, wipe the coffee off the back of my coat, get the coffee, more so wasted on my blanket than anything. Not my new blanket, but the older one that was on the bed, thank God. I wiped it down, but that creamer is going to be sticky, sugary or whatever. So I'm going to have to pull that up and get it to the laundromat at some point. But yeah, I don't even feel like taking my clothes off, y'all. I just don't. I'm going to sit here for a little bit, find a good movie or something to watch. I'm wearing the same thing next week. I have my Bible and my Sunday school book, so I think a little later today I'm gonna go ahead and do the Sunday school lesson myself, and I'm gonna read it and everything, which you're supposed to do anyway, and then get in my word a bit today. I'm gonna do that. Right now though, I'm gonna sit here. I don't even think I don't know. I'm contemplating on taking my clothes off right now. I just don't feel like it. And put it on my gown. Maybe put on the new gown that my sister bought me. But I'm going to go ahead and finish this sandwich Jeremiah gave me. Y'all know I'm not 100% because there's no way I'm going to usually eat a sandwich of any kind. The McDonald's breakfast sandwich without syrup, jelly, jam, something. Just don't have either. And I have, ouch, it's really hot. I have a lot of jelly in there I bought recently. I just don't feel like getting up and being bothered at all. This thing was filled up till about here. Y'all see the steam? Now it's right here. That's how much was wasted. Right here. I was finna put on another pot. I was like, no, I'm just gonna drink this because I'm not gonna drink it all. I would have drank the whole thing anyway. It probably would have taken me a while to drink the whole thing. So, I'm gonna enjoy what's left. Look at Chapo. You see me smelling my coffee. Which one is it? Oh boy. What's that thing? Right now. I don't know how people do it. Definitely don't have to tell them because there's no way I can work tight. I hate when people. I don't know how they do it. I'm gonna try. As long as I can. But they will be cut eventually. Oh, I want to go right back to sleep right now, y'all. That reminds me, yesterday I was watching you guys. I was flicking through YouTube and I ran across this little girl. She had a baby at a young age. I think she's mandolin. What is it? I forget. Taiwanese or something like that, or Chinese maybe. Maybe Chinese. Definitely not Korean, and definitely not Japanese. Oh, this is hot, and she's really cute. So anyway, she had a baby. Teenager having a baby. Forget how old she was, but she was young. And baby so fat, oh my god, baby swole like sumo, like a midget sumo. And so cute. And she still has to work and do, what she's supposed to do, and that's what she's doing. But it looks like she has a horrible mom, very mean mom in the video. Now I can't tell if it's just a YouTube, yes, it's telling her life or whatever. But if they're adding to it, making it more like a more watchable, I don't know. But in the video, when I started watching it, it was showing how her mom was, just being mean to her, would wake her up out of her sleep, push her around, throw the baby in her arms, type of thing, shove the baby in her arms. And they would show the little girl sitting at next to a pond or a river, crying, holding the baby. And she would be doing her work or whatever, and then she'll go and she'll take the baby, change the baby clothes, she breastfeed the baby, and then she eat herself, some noodles. And that's the only thing. I only see her maybe once or twice eat, like she'll eat some noodles, or she'll go and pull some fruit off a tree type of thing. But she's carrying this basket on her back full of stuff, doing her chores, got the baby tied to the front of her. Sometimes she put the baby on the back of her, whatever, but she's just doing it. She's not talking, she's just moving and doing what she's supposed to do. And so then they showed where she got some fruit off a tree, she ate one, and then she put the others in a basket on her back, and then she went to the village, I guess where they sell stuff, the little market. She put her down a little mat, she sat down on the ground, she laid down her fruit on the mat, and she sat on the ground with the baby, and she just waited, and people would, come along and buy some of the fruit, from time to time. They would buy the fruit, and she just sat there until all her fruit was sold, and then she would go home. And so they showed her, the next time they showed her, she was on her way home, and there was a baby. Somebody had put a baby in a cardboard box and set it on the side of the road. So she's walking down, I guess on her way home with her baby, and she sees this baby in the box, and she stops. Like, she couldn't pass it up. Like, people driving by or whatever, she could not keep going. And she stopped and she looked, and she just started crying. And so she looked in the box. There was a note. So I don't know what the note said, but there was a note and some money in a piece of paper. And she read it, and she just was sitting there crying. And so what she did was she picked the baby up. Now her baby is on her, tied to the front of her. So on the back of her, she had the basket. So she put the cardboard box in the basket, and she picked up the baby. So now she's walking down the road with her baby tied to her, the other baby in her arms, and the basket on her back. And she's just walking around to see if anybody knew who baby it was. And she just kept on until she got to, I guess, maybe it was an orphanage. And that's where she, gave the baby to them with the note, the box, and the money. The lady came out. Playing with the baby and everything, took the baby in. She felt, I guess, comfortable doing that because she couldn't take care of it, obviously. And then she went on home. So the next time I saw it, they showed her I guess she chopped down all these. She had a knife. She had like a saw and pliers. They showed her pulling down, like going down this hill, where that little river was, and there was she had a bunch of trees, them little bamboo trees, tied together. I guess she cut them down, tied them up, and she pushed them down the little hill. And so what she ended up doing is she made herself a house. I was like, I'll be dang. She took that knife, she measured, she used sticks to measure. She cut the bamboo, she cut it in certain ways at the top so that it would sit and rest. She dug holes, she put the stick in there. Solid foundation. She built her a house frame. In the middle part there, she would stop to breastfeed the baby, play with the baby, put the baby to sleep. She spent time with the baby. Otherwise, usually when the baby is awake, again, the baby's on her back or in the front of her. So as she built that middle part of the little house, she was able to put the baby in there and lay her down. So they just showing you how she's doing, it looked like she did this in a day. What she did, the foundation, the top, the middle part, all of that part she did in a day. Then it looks like they showed the next day where she was bringing more stuff. And so eventually this young lady built herself her own home alongside that pond, that river. She took the rocks, she was picking up these big stones and rocks and stuff and building like a little gate or whatever. She started planting her own. She bought seeds. She started doing her own garden, where I think she had lettuce and potatoes. I'm not sure what else she planted, but she started a little garden and everything. I think in one video it said she even did a chicken coop or something. I forget. I didn't see that one. I didn't watch that one. But they were just showing you as she's building this little house and how she was doing it. And she was doing it. Then they showed when that video was going off where she was walking down the road again. And it's people constantly walking down this road and this, that, and the other. Then, you can see where you would see kids just walking around or whatever. So this time she sees a little girl, and the little girl is tied to a tree, and so she runs and she helps her. That episode, that's all I saw. That part of the episode, I didn't see anymore because I had accidentally exited out, and I just couldn't find it, or just didn't bother to go back to find it. When I went back in, she had the little girl at her place. The little girl was laying down next to her baby sleeping. I don't know what happened after that. The next time they showed her, she had a little boy, and he was there playing with her baby while she was working, and he was helping her. And then they went out into the woods to get more wood or whatever, and I think he had fallen and hurt himself, so she had to call the doctor out there, somebody to come get him and help him, and get him the help he needed. Meanwhile, she continued to work. Now she on her way. This time she went and got more melons, I think it was. They look like small watermelons. She went out to a little market. She, sat down on her mat. She asked the guy at this restaurant if she could use one of the chairs he had, little tiny small plastic chairs, like for a kid. He said yes. So she sat on that chair with her baby, and she waited. And people eventually started to come. It was somebody next to her that was selling stuff too. But eventually she sold all her melons, and then on her way home again, going down that road, there's a little boy that you could tell he couldn't see good. Like he may have been blind in one eye or something. His eyes wasn't right, and he was just walking, and he was trying to find his way and crying and calling out. And she went up to him, and whatever she was saying to him, he was just crying, and she was wiping his face, and she had gave him something to eat out of her bag, like here, eat, whatever she said to him. Like she obviously was trying to calm him down, and she gave him something to eat, and he's holding it and he's crying. So she grabbed him by the other hand, and again she walked down this road because she felt like he couldn't have been too far. If he's on this road, maybe he lived close by. Let somebody put him out. And so what she did, again, she walked down the road, and she was trying to see if anybody knew who he was, who he belonged to. And as she's walking, this lady is walking up to her eventually, and she's like, that was the mom. And I guess he had gotten away, like was outside or whatever, and he gotten away from her. She ran up looking for him, and there she was. And so she was able to give him to his mom. That was a good thing. I mean, he couldn't see. And so she went on home, and she began to work more on her home. And so they showed another one where some guy came and bullied her, making her pay, saying that basically you built this home and all this stuff on property that's not yours. And so he wanted her to pay. So I don't know how that went or whatever, because I think I had stopped watching it at that point, and that's when I went to watch Halo. It was very interesting, and there was one time when she first started, when she was selling stuff. It was always like fruit, some sort of big melon. Well, the last time when they showed her selling and she got her money, she bought some seeds, and it looked like it was lettuce that she bought, and they showed her go back. And so I think this was times later, where she ended up planting those seeds, and she planted some of that lettuce. And then what she did, when it grew, she dug it up, cleaned it off, packaged it, put band around it, bunched it up, and she went and she was selling that. So she stopped by this one lady in the village. I don't know if she had sold something to the lady, or if the lady was weighing something, or she was just stopping to say hello. I don't know, because there is one lady who weighs her melons for her. I'm not sure what the situation is there, but in this particular situation, she stopped and she was talking to this lady, an older lady who's sitting on the porch. And she ended up giving the lady money. Now, like I said, I don't know if it was the lady had bought something from her and she was giving her change. I'm not sure what exactly that transaction was. But as she was walking off, the lady was sitting there, she was doing this, and she fell over. And the little girl heard her, and she ran back to her to, see if she was okay, to help her up. And eventually the woman came to, and she helped her in her house, and the lady laid down. I don't know if she told her she was just tired. Maybe she was out there all day, whatever. But I was trying to figure out, okay, that's just made up, because I couldn't tell if the woman looked like she was smiling or not, But it's just kind of showing you of the things and the situations that she comes across, like where they are. You have them villages where there's always something going on. Somebody always need help. Looks like the women and kids are constantly being mistreated, and I see that a lot when I'm watching these different Asian movies and pictures. You see where the women and children are being mistreated, no respect whatsoever. I see it when I see certain African American movies and things like that. Like, the women are treated like trash. And I'm like, oh my God, this is just ridiculous. It's ridiculous, and it's a bit frustrating, and sometimes I don't even know. I'm not always reading the captions, I'm just sitting and watching, because a lot of times there be things on my mind, and I just be watching, and I tell y'all, it does get seriously frustrating when you think about man, these people and what they're going through, and it doesn't matter to me the color, the nationality. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you male or female, child, animal. No one deserves to be treated like trash. They don't deserve to be treated horribly. They don't deserve to be mistreated in any way. Like, why? Some people go out here and they hurt other people. I remember Joyce Meyer saying, I was thinking about that just this morning. Hurt people, right? When I was watching Halo, that came to my mind. It's like a lot of pictures that I watch, a lot of things that I watch, I see the spiritual in it. Not just watching it to be watching it. And it could be this movies you wouldn't even think of, but I see a message in it, right? And even in that movie, Halo, when I said she was just so annoying, but you gotta understand, she was hurt. Hurt people. She was a happy little girl. Yes, she can't hear. She signed. Her mom used sign language. Her mom didn't speak. Because her grandmother, who was a native, they were native. This was about Native Americans, Indians, their ancestries, this, that, and the other. Now, the grandmother didn't care 100% for the man her daughter married, right? He was a Lopez. He wasn't a native. He was, I guess, Spanish. And he may have had some native in him, though. But as long as everything was going great, everybody was happy. But the minute something happened, now, it started off, at first I thought I was watching the wrong picture. I know I clicked on Halo, but the way it started off, I was like, this can't be Halo. Because like I said, my mind was expecting one thing. And in the beginning, they were showing these, I thought were aliens. And like from another planet, aliens, I don't know. But the woman alien, some stuff happened, and she was the cave was coming down, and she was trying to save her people, and she was trying to hold that cave up, and something she did or picked up or whatever, and you see the circles in her hand begin to light up. And anyway, they all of a sudden ended from the cave, like out in the desert, like out there where they say Native Americans came from or whatever, like out in the open fields. And she told her people, follow me, trust me. And so they did. And so from there, they began to establish, and when they showed up on this field, they were in human form. You can see that other skin or whatever start to crack away. And because they looked like they were rocks or something. So anyway, so they did. And this is back then, the ancestors way back then, and then they lead up to now. And so as they were all sitting around the campfire, and the two little girls was, the cousins, they were in, the little tent having fun and talking. One could talk and hear, the other one couldn't, but they all knew sign language to communicate with her. And so she said, you're my sister, I love you. And she says, no, we're cousins. She said, no, we're sisters. In other words, we're more than cousins, we're sisters. The same night as the grandmother and the grandfather, and he was grandfather through marriage, he had married the grandmother a long time ago, they were leaving, and the mom and dad and the girl and her cousin were at the house, and the girl came, she said, Mom, we're out of hot chocolate. And so Mom said, well, no, she said, we ran out of hot chocolate, would you make some more? And the mom was like, well, we're out of hot chocolate, we don't have any, but I'll go to the store. She said, would you like to come with me? And the little girl said, yeah. And so they're getting ready to go to the store, and so the mother and the grandfather, they driving away going home, and there was a woodpecker. And when the grandmother saw the woodpecker, she began to feel uneasy. And the grandfather was like, what's wrong with now? The spirits coming to you again? And then ask them what the lottery numbers are, and blah, 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 And as we find out later what that represents for their people, when that woodpecker comes, it's coming to warn you of danger, that something has happened or is about to happen. So that's why she began to feel uneasy. And sure enough, as the lady is driving, she's coming to this crossroad, and she went to apply the brakes, and they wouldn't work. And as she's talking, the little girl said, everything is okay, And the mom looked over to her, and just as she looked over to her, a car came from out of nowhere, and the side of the car went bam. Oh my God, I felt it. I was like, wow. And when the little girl came through, there was this glass just penetrated through her leg. I don't know if she didn't feel the pain or not, but she didn't cry. She didn't, nothing. I guess maybe at that point her leg was dead. She didn't have no feeling. She looked over at her mom, and she began to cry because, her mom was out. You see blood and this, that, and the other. She didn't know her mom at that very moment was dead. They show her later in the hospital in the bed. That leg is amputated from the knee down. And she kept, she said, I feel bad. She was telling her dad, I feel bad because Mom was hurt because of me. If I didn't want to go to the store, if I didn't want hot chocolate, and Dad was like, no, don't blame yourself. And the girl was like, well, is Mom okay? Obviously, he had to explain to her, and she's gone. But prior to that, the grandmother was so upset that her daughter died, she blamed her daughter's husband. And she was like, this is your fault. This is because of the life you live. Maybe somebody was after you and got her instead, which is probably what happened because of whatever he was involved in. And so she said, I don't ever want to see you again. He was like, okay, well, I did get a job offer. She said, where, in New York? And he was like, should it be further, And the grandfather said, she's just hurting right now. He said, everybody is. She's my wife. But anyway, he ended up packing up him and taking the daughter, and they went to New York. Now, the cousin was left behind because that's the cousin. It wasn't his child. And the little girl was crying. She was chasing the truck. She wanted to go with her, and the little girl wanted her to come. And the grandmother was holding her back. Now, the grandmother was very angry, because her daughter's life was lost. And I guess the daughter looked so much like, or reminded her so much of the mom. She did not make an effort of making the little girl, telling him, leave her with me. Go off and do you, leave her with me. No, she allowed him to take her too. And so, hence when I say hurt people, right? So she's growing up now by herself in New York, not knowing nothing to nobody, having to go to a whole new school. You know, her dad owned a karate school or whatever, so the man could fight, and he was teaching fighting. She told her dad, I want to be just like you, and he said, I know you do. He said, but I want you to be better than me. So hence how she learned to fight. One of the reasons she learned how to fight. Now, the main kingpin was her dad's friend, was an uncle to her. Well, and she's assuming this is a friend, you know, but this is uncle for her. And they showed times where he would pick her. Well, they showed where, long story short, her dad ended up getting killed. Now she's angry, she's mad, she don't know what to do. She has all this misplaced anger. She's out here doing crazy things and fighting and all of this. And so they showed where she's in this one place and where there were motorcycles, and she ran this motorcycle through the window, and all these cops are out there, put your hands up, da, da, da. And so they had her in handcuffs, and they showing this big huge dude walking through the police. They were like, you can hear cops say, do you know who he is? You know, he's walking, just boom, boom. And he walks over to the cops. He grabs the girl and he takes her with. They just, you know, like, he controls the cops. And so he told her, he said, look, he said, I know what you're going through. And she was like, do you? In sign language. He was like, yeah, I lost my dad too. And so when he said that, she began to pay more attention because she obviously didn't know. And so he's like, he had to go work for him. He was like, we're going to rechannel that anger. He said, because I know what you're going through. And so she would go on jobs with the guys for him. And when they fight, she fought. And she's getting that anger. And she was doing stuff better than the guys he had working for him years was doing. And he was like, I knew it. You know, he knew it was something about her, right? And so basically she was being groomed, and they finally showed the scene that they showed on the trailer that made me want to watch the picture. And in the trailer, I totally misunderstood. When I watched what actually happened, I was like, oh. When I saw the trailer, I thought in the trailer that when the little girl came out of school, there was a guy out there with a little ice cream truck selling ice cream. She wanted ice cream. And I thought that he was a child molester, right? And I thought he was saying things to her to get her alone. Okay? And I thought the guy saw that sitting in his truck, car waiting on her to come. Saw this conversation, and when the girl got in the car, he told her, hold on, I'll be right back. And he went and he grabbed that dude, that threw him in the alley and beat the hell out that man. Didn't say nothing to him, no conversation to him, whooped his butt. And then the little girl, then he got on his phone, right? And as he's talking, not knowing what he was saying, he turned around and the little girl was looking at him. The next thing you know, they show him and the little girl walking away hand in hand, right? So I was like, oh, what happened? So when I actually watched what happened was the little girl did come out and she did want ice cream. He didn't have the particular one that she wanted. So he was asking her what other ice cream did she want. I guess he didn't know that she was deaf, or he didn't, was just being mean. He gonna tell her, well, what else do you want? We don't have that. And she was trying to say, he was like, use your words, just mean to her. And so then he left. And so she walked away sad, like whatever, went on the guy in the car. And the whole time, he's sitting there, he watching this. So when she get in the car, he said, hold on, I'll go be right back. He grabbed dude, hooked dude butt, right? And when they showed him on the phone, this time you knew what was going on. He was calling, telling them, hey, can y'all bring me a new jacket? I don't want her to see the blood on me. And sure enough, as he was saying that, he turned around, she was standing there. And his hand was shaking. And he was like, don't be afraid. And as he was trying to say, don't be afraid, she walked up over to the ice cream guy and she kicked him a couple of times herself. And then the guy was like, like he knew it was something about this little girl. He's like, So he went on to grab the hand and they walked away. That was crazy. And so later down the line, come to find out, she always looked at him like a hero, a savior, because she was being mistreated, and he took up for her. He fought for her. And, regardless of how brutal it seemed to her, that was like, that's how you do it. This is what she's seeing now, what she's being taught now, because this is the life she's in now, right? The people that she's around, her dad's around. So fast forward here later, she ends up going back. And she ends up having a conversation with the grandmother later, because she's experiencing things that her grandmother experiences with the natives, the past, the what do you call it? The ancestors, how they were coming to her and stuff, right? She didn't understand what was going on. And so her cousin was like, drove her to the grandmother, was like, go in there and talk to her, because she girl had passed out. She says, you're going through something and only she could help you. So she was forced to have a conversation with the grandmother. The grandmother was forced to have a conversation with her, because the grandmother was experiencing the same thing, so she knew that there was something else. And so as they was talking, and the grandmother was explaining this, that, and the other, and the girl told her, the grandmother was like, I did this, that, and the other. Basically what I did wasn't right, I understand that, but I was hurting, and da-da-da-da. And the little girl said, I needed you. You should have this, and and she stormed out. So again, hurt people. So not only did she lose her mom, but then she ended up losing her family, her grandmother, her cousins, everybody. Then later down the line, you lose your dad. So all these things you're going through, and then you're fighting for the uncle who you found out later was the one who killed your dad. So now she had to kill him, right? And it was crazy because what's his name in Marvel's what's his name? Arrow. I forget, the one that shoot the bow and arrow in the Marvel pictures. Oh God, I forget his name. But she was fighting him, and he told her, he said, he said, I know, again, somebody said, I know what you're going through. He says it's misplaced. He said, it's your boss. And he was talking to her in sign language. Her boss never, her boss, her uncle, he, like she said, you never even, he said, I love you, this, that, and the other, which he did. It was a different type of love. And she said, you never even took the time to learn to communicate with me sign language. It was always somebody he had signing and communicating. They always had Sunday dinner. And it was always somebody there communicating, signing for them. So I don't know what happened, but some war or whatever happened. He was stumbling down the street, and she had a gun, and she walked up to him, and he looked at her, and she shot him. Now, you would think she killed him. She didn't. She shot him in the eye. Now, I guess she thought he was dead, but he wasn't. So later down the line, when she went back home, and she brought all this trouble, because again, she's hurt, right? Now her cousin and all of them are in trouble because of her, and they often get killed, even her. And just as they was about to pull the trigger, they got a phone call. And the guy that was trying to pull the trigger, when he answered that phone, he was like, he told everybody, let's go. And so she was like, she was like, what happened? What just happened? And the guy said the only reason, it could only be one reason, only one person that could stop something like that. And she was like, but I killed him. I shot him. And he was like, in other words, maybe he ain't dead. And sure enough, when she got home, he was standing there in her yard. He wasn't dead. He had a patch over his eye. He had been in the hospital. And so a bunch of his goons grabbed her, and she was trying to fight. And he had a contact lens. He's like, bring her here. And he put it in her eye. And then they let her go. And she's like, what the hell is this? And when she's doing this, you could, he had something develop. This contact in her eye allowed him to understand her as she signed, right? And it allowed her to understand him without him having to sign. And she was like, what the? It was something that he had made to communicate with her. It's crazy. I say watch it. It's really good. It's funny. It's good. And I can't wait to see what happens in season 2. It's going to be good. Well, let me talk to y'all till I ate all my little sandwich, drank all my coffee. Now I think I'm gonna go ahead and charge up this computer and stuff and work on getting some videos up for y'all, and then I'm gonna lay back down because I'm really tired here. I'm gonna go get my blanket. I'm gonna get up out of my clothes. I guess I could show y'all full body what I had on. Of course, y'all know I had on my boots. My back's still at 100%. Let's see if I can do this, y'all. But I think my sister was laughing at me one time at my grandmother's house, at my mom's house, because when I stood up, I was like this. But that's because my back, my back being so much pain, sometimes I cannot stand straight. And then these old heavy, stupid boobs. But yeah, that's what I got on, y'all. And I have on my leggings underneath. And I had on my boots. Chapo is in his bed. So I'm gonna go take this off. Look at Chapo, y'all. He in his bed. Look, Onesie, he in his bed. I'm glad he in his bed. In your bed, dude. Finally. The bed was over there. I put it over here. But it was over here at one point on the side. But he kept dragging it and pulling it all over the place. So I moved it over there out the way because I got tired of, if you're not paying attention, you come here and you trip over it, right? And that's what I was doing. I was tripping over it. I'm going to take this off. I think y'all want to take a nice hot bath, soak in a nice hot bath tub of water. That's what I would like to do. What I'm thinking about doing. And play take my tablet with. Yeah, so I don't know. Give me one moment, y'all. Just getting out of everything right quick. Shouldn't take me long at all. Shouldn't take me long at all. Shouldn't take me long at all. Shouldn't take long. Shouldn't take long. I'm just gonna throw this over my head really quick. Okay. It's funny, when I was at Onesies and I was taking this out the bag, holding it up to look at it, and she was like, "That's too small, ain't it?" I was like, "No, it'll fit. I'm not as big as you think I am." Yes, I've gained weight for sure, heck of a lot of weight, but I'm not. The weight is in my gut and in my boobs and back. I don't have no behind, right? I'm only a size 10, 12, 11 when it comes down to pants and things, right? Depending on how they made. Not a 14 or nothing like that. And it's because of my gut. If it wasn't for my gut, I'd be even smaller because I have no behind. So here the pants, she was like, "That's small." I was like, "That's it." Especially with their stretchy material, you have to think about that. They fit right, perfect. Almost too long. They fit perfect. Let me show y'all. I'm gonna put on my little house shoes she gave me. I've been wearing these house shoes everywhere though. Ooh, I almost fell. I think I might just lay in my room. Actually, I probably won't know me. Look at him in his bed. I didn't think he liked it. Sometimes he act like he don't. Let me clean up my mess. Oh, y'all, this is the last weekend of being greedy. Oh, I gotta get this kitchen clean. All the coming in and out of that back door. The snow and stuff off people's feet. But I would rather that, because you can easily mop it up, than my carpet. Wait, oh, the tag. Thought I had taken the tag out. Okay, let me see if I can show you what I have on. Alright. This is my gown from Tiffany. My little house robe. My little house shoes. See guys, I don't have no behind, right? It's just all this. My gut. Y'all see all that? And this. So I gotta work on all of that stuff. Until then, I'm all broke up and crooked. I think that's a lot to do with my back. All that unnecessary weight. Let me go and get my blanket really quick. I think I'm gonna lay back in here on the couch. So the coffee I wasted. I was talking to the kitty cat. Alright. Okay. Alright. I'm gonna charge this up. I'm definitely gonna lay back down, y'all, for a little bit. I'm gonna see if this will help a bit. This really works a lot. Sometimes, it really feels good. Makes you want to go to sleep even more so. Oh goodness. I have to tell y'all, my whole body feels sore, even my hands. Oh, that feels great. Makes you itch though from the shaking. It's so comfortable. It just makes you want to go to sleep, y'all. It really does. Like, oh. Those are my problem areas: my back, my shoulder, my upper back, my lower back, my shoulders, and my legs. Oh, it just feels great. It's so relaxing. I don't know. I can't even explain it. Like sometimes I'll lean back. Can't lean back on it too much because of the button. But I'll just lean back like a deep tissue and just let it penetrate those muscles. That feels great. It hurts too Sometimes when your muscles are too tight, it'll hurt at first. Oh, it feels so great. I know that seemed weird, but my ear was itching on the inside. Okay. Turned it off. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and while this is charging, I'm going to try to get some videos up, and then I'm definitely gonna just close my eyes back a little bit and get in my word a little bit later today. I have to. Like I told y'all, gotta change my life, meditate, spend more time with my Heavenly Father. You know, that is a plus. So I'll talk to you guys a little bit later. If I don't talk to you anymore today, remember to say your prayers, not just for your family, friends, and loved ones, but for all your brothers and sisters in Christ. Remember to treat people the way the Lord would. And most importantly, today, tomorrow, and days to come, expect great things. Expect great things to happen to you, through you, and for you. Okay? In Jesus' name, I'm expecting great things. Okay, you guys? Great things to happen. And I know that they will. It's going to be things that's going to help me. Not just help me, but to help those I care about the most. God is good. And not just the people I care about the most, but all my brothers and sisters in Christ, y'all. I just want to be able to help. You know, it's just who I am, you know. I remember back in the day when my kids were younger, I used to get so upset because I would be helping all the time and would never get nothing in return, you know. Like when people need a ride, they always, you know, got my daughter to give them a ride, or they dad, or it always my car, you know what I'm saying. It's like, dang. And then when my car is down or something wrong, them same people you can't depend on or count on to help you get going. But then when they need something, when you are up and running, they right there. You know what I'm saying? They needed some bread, or they need this, or they need that. Them same people you can't count on when you need, right? And so I was starting to find myself getting frustrated about that. Like, here I am, I'm doing my best to take care of my family, and then you got other people that need or asking for this and ask for that, and you can't never count on them people. And I started to get frustrated about it, and so I would get angry, and I was like, no, that's enough. Ain't nobody giving nobody no ride, no this, no that. I'm tired of that because da-da-da-da-da. Even in saying that later, I would feel bad about it because I don't know the people's situations. You know what I'm saying? Just because I assume, or I feel like I'm being taken advantage of, or I feel like you were never around. Think about it. If they needed your help all this time, what makes you think they can help you? They need you to help them. So I had to stop and think, you know, especially if I'm always talking about being kind and helping people, and my kids would go in there and would help people, and I would get mad. How does that look? It's like you saying one thing and doing another. So I had to really work on that, and because it was starting to piss me off, like I said, because I was seeing how it was making things harder for me to help mine, right? So again, it's okay to help when you can, when you got it, when it's flowing. Can you help when you don't, when it ain't flowing? Would you still be able to help somebody when you don't have a whole lot? That's to me when it makes when it matters most, right? Not saying wait till you have nothing to help, by no means. I'm just saying, when you help people, actually help them. Don't help them with ill intentions, ill intent. Don't help them thinking, oh, it's gonna come back to me 10 times forward. Just help. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to assume or guess what's going on in their life. Don't badmouth or talk or look up to or mumble about them. Just help. If you're gonna do it, do it. Do it. I tell you this from experience because I've done it. I've done it. I've helped and then got to the point where I get so frustrated about helping. Now I'm nah. You know, I can't do that. Can't do that. Think about it. How many times have God had to help me? Right? How many times has God had to help me? How many times will he help me? You know, he's helping me every day, whether I know it or not. So how dare I? How dare I? Sometimes you can't do nothing but pray. Sometimes you're in a position where you honestly don't have anything physically that you can give to someone. You're not in a position or not around there where you can at least hug or hold. But I can listen. I can pray. You know, I can help in that way. You know, I can maybe reach out to someone who is close to you that can do that. You know, and sometimes that's what we have to do. And guys, just remember every day to expect great things to happen to you, for you, and through you, right? And I say that again because through us, you just never know who you're going to help. Just by a smile. How you doing? I love you. Can I hug you? Are you okay? I can listen. If more people were to just love like that, man, can you imagine? Yep. Somebody's out on the back with their music. Somebody must be about to barbecue or something. You know, it's so funny because Lavelle is a lot like his dad. Right now, this weather is bad. I can guarantee you he would probably be out there on that back porch barbecuing. Because he ain't got to stand out there in it. You know, he might be out there for a minute, come right on in when it get cold. But I know he would. I know he would. I had to say that's the one thing. That boy, I tell you, it's almost stressful, the energy that he has, right? And at the same time, I love it. You know, I don't ever want to take that joy from him. I just want him to always think. You know what I'm saying? That'd be my biggest concern. You know, because he loves, right? Kind of like me. He's a giving, a loving, a caring person. And sometimes when you go through things and your mind all over the place anyway already, people are always going to judge you. And he tends to be judged a lot. And Lavelle's not a bad person by no means. He's not. Lavelle's doing the best that he can with who he is. You know, you have to understand, I can do and say all I can. I was never perfect, right? But you got to understand, growing up and dealing with and hanging out with different people, experiencing different things when you're not around the people that care about you, and trying to make the right decisions and still trying to establish who you are, that can never be easy, especially when you already kind of, like I said, your mind is out there. People that don't understand will never understand, right? Unless they're going through situations or dealing with someone directly, like that. You know, when you have someone who's just all over the place, you're not around them all the time to know how that person acts all the time. So you is, oh, they trying to get over, oh, they trying, oh, no, that's just him. You know what I'm saying? He's a loving, caring person, but he's everywhere to the point where you think, what's wrong with him? You know, it could be something, the simplest things. You think, something as simple as, oh, my inhaler fell. Oh, let me pick it up. That's simple to me, right? Someone else, oh, the inhaler fell. They'll look at it and keep on going. Or I'll get it in a minute. Or I'll get it later and never come back to it, right? And now you come along. Why they didn't pick it up and stepped over it 10 times? Lazy ass. Now this was going on in your head. But in their mind, they thinking, oh, okay, I'm going to get it. They not even thinking like that. It's not being lazy. They just ain't thinking the same way you think, right? That don't make them lazy, by no means. A little different, yes. And sometimes slow. You know, we all have our titles and labels. And, you know, we need to step back off that crap, because you don't know what's going on with a person. You don't know what the hell somebody's going through. You are not there. All you can do is sit back, assume, and guess. And think about how you would handle certain things. I've done it. Or I would do this and I would do that. And guess what? Somebody else will be looking at me saying the same thing. Or I would have done this and I would have done that. So let's just pray and do the best that we can, to help and to love and not to judge. Not to judge. Because again, hurt people. Again, hurt people will hurt themselves. And that's something I would never want to happen to anyone that I know, anyone that I love or care about. I would never want anybody to. Because my God, when I tell y'all, I don't just be talking out the side of my butt. It's experience. I've been there. I've wanted to take my own life many times. And I am in a position now where I can talk about it without crying. Or I can talk about it, period. It was not an easy subject or something for me to just say. No. It's been many times that I wanted to do that. And it's been many times that my grandma, Luli, if it wasn't for her, I probably wouldn't have been here. And if it wasn't for my kids, I probably wouldn't have been here. I knew that in my mind, I have to be there for them. They didn't ask to be here. I'm not perfect, but I am their mother, and I do love them, and I want the best for them. Maybe more so than the next person would, And so that made me want to fight a little bit more. But to get up in the morning, it wasn't easy, y'all. Depression, anxiety, oh God, it's harder than you think. Anyway, guys, I've been talking to you for a long time, longer than I meant to. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna let you go, and I'll talk to you guys maybe a little bit later in the day. Okay, bye. Oh guys, I know I look a little, what's this, crazy, the world, but you'll have to get the garbage ready to go out. So what I'm doing, let me turn this off. I decided to make this country chicken mashed potatoes and biscuits. It's a meal kit, and I'm sorry, I got the oven on. It's hot. It says to preheat the oven to 400. Woo! Okay. So inside this box, guys, it has 1 can of creamy gravy, which I have open here, with chicken. It has 1 pouch, biscuit pouch, which I opened, I have here, and then it has a pouch of potato mix, which I have here. I didn't open that yet. And it says here, and all you have to do is add water. But it says combine. It says preheat oven to 400, which I have. It's been heating for a minute. Combine potato flakes and 1.5 cups of hot water into 2-quart baking dish. Spread evenly. Okay. Combine potato flakes and 1.5 cup of hot water. So that's why you hear the water running, because I was letting it get hot. Now, it just so happens I have water boiling that I'm going to use for rice. But the water from here gets so hot anyway, I was like, I can use that. But, hold on, guys. What did I do with mine? Okay. The only reason why I'm making rice is because to go with the pulled pork that's in the refrigerator, there's still a bit left. But if you want to, have pulled pork, you can. So what I'm going to do, let me turn this water off because I'm tired of hearing it run. I'm going to go ahead and use this water.
Top Amazon deals.
I didn't even say her name.
Automatic machine, vibration control, pre-soak, speed wash, 10. It's $599 after one.
Alexa, stop! Okay, so potato flakes. I'm gonna go ahead and potato flakes. I don't say how to combine it though. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take the potato flakes, and I'm gonna use this one. Okay. I'm just gonna go ahead and pour the flakes in here. Okay, then it says combine potato flakes and 1 1/2 cup of hot water. Okay, 1 1/2 cup. So I have my cup. I'm gonna use the water, hot water. It didn't say boiling water, it said hot water, but I'm gonna use this water. It says 1 1/2 cup. Okay, now I'll add some more water back in here so I can cook my rice. It's not like I'm making a lot of rice anyway. Okay, so put that back on the stove to get back to a boil. Okay, so combine those. I'm gonna go ahead and mix that together. Oops, already turned into potatoes, and maybe I shouldn't have did boiling water. It said hot water. It didn't say boiling water. Okay. Step 2, pour gravy over potatoes. Okay. So here's the step 1. I made the potatoes like I said. Okay. Step 2 says to pour the gravy over. Okay. Make sure I get it all out. Over. Right? Get my towel. Okay. Step 3, combine biscuit mix and 1/2 cup of water separate in a separate mixing bowl. Okay. Okay, first let's do this. Okay. Just rinsing out my bowl. Re-rinsing out my bowl. Okay. Okay. Again, step 3 says combine biscuit mix. Here's the biscuit mix. Okay. Okay. Combine that, and then 1/2 of a cup of water in separate bowl. Okay. So I'm gonna use this one. 1/2 cup of water. Didn't say boiling water, hot water, nothing like that. So that's 1/2 cup of water. Biscuits almost like the biscuits from Red Lobster. All you need to do is to add some cheese and some garlic. Woo! that's done, let me go ahead and add my rice over here. Okay, I'm not cooking a whole lot of rice. And the rice, I'm gonna turn it down. Let it cook. Alright, after I've done step 3. Oh, wait a minute. I messed up. Potatoes. No, I was right. Okay. Spread evenly. It looked more like I mixed it. Anyway, step 3. Combine biscuit. Did that. Have dropped 9 spoonfuls of biscuit dough into gravy. Okay. 9 spoonfuls. There we go. Okay. Sorry guys, I wanted to wash that spoon right out, and plus my cup from this morning. My thumbs just feel a little weird because when I did my nails this morning I had glue on my hands, so still got glue on my thumbs. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead. Hands are clean. Just want to get everything off, you know. Sometimes when we cook, we don't get all the, you know, the juice out or the gravy out the can or whatever you're using. You don't get all the mix off. And I like to just get it all out. I pay you for it, right? Don't throw half the stuff away because you can't get it out or you feel like you can't get it out. Thing. Anyway, it says put 9 spoonfuls. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 'May not be able to do that. I think that one over there I did too big. 7. Yeah, that one in the corner might be a little bit too big. 8. Yeah, my freaking thumb is hurting tired just because how hard I was holding that spoon. It made my thumb feel tired, my hands feel tired. Just my thumbs. Sorry guys, I'm washing out the spoon in the bowl right quick. Check on my rice. Which I turned down low so it can kind of cook slow. I know y'all, I'm a little loose and all that, so okay. Now it says here, after that, bake 25 to 30 minutes until biscuits are golden brown and cooked through. Check that food is cooked thoroughly. Let stand 5 minutes. 25 to 30 minutes. It is 12:15 right now. So 12:45. Okay. So I'll take them out. I'll check on them at 12:45. If they're done, they'll come out at 12:45. That'd be 30 minutes. I mean 15 minutes. Wait, it said 15 to 30 minutes. No, it said 30 minutes, right? Hold on. Yeah, 30 minutes. That's 45. That'd be 45. Oh, I hate this glue. I'm trying to get it off. So I'll check on it at 45. I didn't turn the oven down because it didn't say preheat and then turn it down. So look at him all in my blanket, curled all up. So I'm gonna leave it at 400. I thought I would put that on right quick. I've been laying here since this morning. I went to look at videos and I was like, I don't see any of them but one. I don't know, maybe I downloaded them already, maybe they deleted. I'm so over it. It's just what is what it is. Anyway, I gotta get this glue off. I'll follow back up with you guys a little bit later. So guys, it's 1:26 and food that I was cooking is done. The rice is done. I took the pork out, so the pulled pork. So later, if Jay decides he wants to have that, he can with the rice. He can. He decides to take it to work, whatever. My food is done. The other food that I cooked is done. I was just waiting for it to cool off. I was watching Godzilla, King of the Monsters, with Monster Zero in it. I was watching that. I paused it so that I can go ahead and fix myself something. A soda would be nice, but there isn't. But I do have ice water, which is probably better. Let me show y'all what it looks like. That's what it looks like. Somebody's having a party. I don't know if it's for Martin Luther King or they just having a party. Oh gosh, my leg itch. Right. And up top. Top on it. My spoon. Turn off the lights. Set it here for a minute. I will get my water. And let's get this one. I put this one in here earlier, so it may not be as cold yet. I'll grab this one. Hard for me to grab things with these nails. Oh Lord. I can tell I don't wear them often. Not like this. Alright, so got my food, got my picture, Godzilla paused. Just trying to get these videos uploaded, just going over them. Got one downloading now. So hopefully I'll get them all up today, get my cue, Kalia. Here's my food. Didn't neatly put it in here, but on the plate, but I'm going to try it. Thank you, Lord, in Jesus' name of Nazareth, for this food, I pray. Amen. Let's see. It's actually good. It tastes like chicken pot pie. I did see on the box, if you wanted to elevate it even more, that you can put in a box of frozen vegetables. I see why. It's just like a chicken pot pie. And I think I let it cool too long. Wow. I haven't said that. Let me go pop it in the microwave really quick. Just nuke it a bit. But I watched this young lady, I forget her name. I watch her channel often. How to make meals on the dime, right? Dollar store meals. And she made a meal similar to this, her own version of a chicken pot pie. That's what I think that is what this meal puts me in the mind of. Homemade, chicken pot pie. I think I'm gonna do that too one day. I said it when I watched her video that I was gonna go ahead and do a chicken pot pie my own way. I think I'm gonna do that. I really am. I think I'm gonna do it, and I think I'm gonna do it like this, as opposed to buying the, croissant where you put it down, where you leave it blank, you put all your ingredients in, and then you put your bread on top. That's one way of doing it without the mashed potatoes. Or you can do it like this, and like the way she did it, with mashed potatoes, and then you just put the biscuits on the top, as opposed to actual, pie crust. So many different ways to do it. You can do it with the chicken and the gravy, with or without vegetables. So many ways of doing it.